POPAVIST made smoother than your smoothest criminal. Shamo, about that money, what we get into. Shamo, about that money, get residuals. Shamo.
Yes. Yes, 2 times. Y'all know the vibes.
Ooh la la, ah wee wee.
She go ooh la la.
Ah wee wee.
They go ooh la la.
Ah wee wee.
Ooh la la.
Ah wee wee. Ooh la la, ah wee wee.
Ooh la la. Ah wee wee. Ooh la la. That was the Dougie, by the way. That was the Dougie Fresh, by the way. What it do, people? You're now tuned in. POPAVIST TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling back up in here one more again. So if it's your first time, please come on in. Over here, we deal with sports, hip hop, interviews, Popavisms 101, and motivation. If that sounds like something you can rock with, then before you usher and 1, 2 step out of here, kindly hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, so when I upload the videos, you get alerted. Yeah. And if it's not your first time, then you know how we do. You know how I start my show. Tony, there was no other way. We in the end game now. We in the end game. We in the end game, people, because apparently, you know, August 29th, Heaven Up in Harlem Day, that was a Sunday fun day, even though football didn't start yet. American troops, American drones, American, American us. This is America. Don't catch you slipping. Police be tripping. Yeah, they apparently was watching the van or some shit they say for like 8 hours. Mistakenly took the van to be some ISIS K or some terrorist shit. You know what I mean? And drone the van up, kill innocent people. 7 kids, like 10 adults or whatever. You know what I mean? And so they come out today or yesterday, can't even remember when they came out, but just recently you're starting to see the videos, start to hit the timeline on how they sorry and, it was just a mistake. It was just some faulty intel and, we sorry. You know what I mean? And then you also got, because they evacuating the people that they want to evacuate from over there, and then they're just going to let it be how it is. So they telling us. And some, American, soldiers got killed. And I think 13 or 15, military, men and women from over here was killed. But I don't think accidentally. I think this is what they, this is what they was trying to do. But, when you hear stories like this, you say, damn, men with mass weapons and, you want to control shit. And, America's the best country in the world. I mean, can't get up here and say that it's not, because I wouldn't rather live nowhere else. However, we do got the ways that we got, and you can't overlook that. You can look at it with a side eye, and you can say it's for the greater good, or however you view it. The Democrat, Republican, the middle, all this shit. You know what I mean? And y'all know how, Y'all know how I feel when it comes to this shit. You know what I mean? With that being said, it's just like it's unfortunate when innocent people gotta, die for some stuff that they have nothing to do with. And not only do they have nothing to do with, but they have no say in it. Can't even really have a say and have a voice. You just like most of us over here. Democracy, you can vote and all that shit. But for most part, people feel like, yeah, their voice is silent, so it wouldn't resonate and hit with that feeling the way they would want it to. So we in the end game for that. Pray for those people. You know what I mean? When I first read the story and seen the story, I thought of what's the movie? American Sniper. You know what I mean? With nigga that playing Limitless and also in Hungover. You know what I mean? Can't think of his name right now. But he was a star of the movie, and obviously it was based on a true story. Obviously he obviously went toe to toe with a sniper from over there that was official, killing a lot of us. And he ended up killing him. But at the end, you see the little boy, after everything was going on, because even in that movie, he had to kill a child that had picked up a hammer You know what I mean? He popped him. So that just goes to show you, you know, the level of some people, you know, taking it here, and some people was like, yeah, it's not that serious. You know what I mean? But America, obviously, to the highest power. Not going to let people bully us. That's how we been rolling. Whether you know what I mean, agree or not. Anyway, at the end, another little boy is like, damn, after, you know, you see his peoples get killed, it's just revenge. So it's just another young terrorist, or is it really a terrorist, just people that view us as such? Like, nah, you know what I mean? Niggas fucking bombed us. Like in Marvel Avengers 2, Age of Ultron, the twins, they like, yeah, they thought Tony Stark was trying to kill him, you know what I mean? Because they seen his shit, they seen his name on one of the bombs that came into their apartment, you know what I mean? So now their mindset is, he's the enemy, we got to get him, you know what I mean? So, you know, it is what it is. But we also in the end game, because right here in New York City, my home state, you know what I mean, obviously, you know, it's been a lot of crazy shit going on. Philippe's, you know what I mean? Niggas rolling up, trying to take Rolexes, popping the Patreons, and, you know, allegedly doing a few other robberies, and, you know, it's eyes in the sky everywhere. But then in Carmines, you know what I mean, some out-of-towners, they say, you know what I mean, like out-of-towners from Houston, Texas, from Texans. You come here, they ask you to show proof of vaccination like they do for everybody. This is the law that passed, or this is the provisions that they put in place. Y'all know what it is. Like, you know what I mean? It is what it is. And you pound the hostess out. So they say, this is allegedly, but I seen, you know what I mean, some of the footage, and, you know, right here, you see what it is. And I know what it's like to lose, to feel so desperately that you're right, yet to fail. So you come here on some tourist shit. You know?
And now to that attack caught on camera as a hostess was beaten at a popular Manhattan restaurant. You saw this video first on News 4, and we're told that this attack is linked to the city's indoor vaccination mandate at restaurants. News 4's Romney Smith on the Upper West Side now with information about what happened here. Romney.
Adam, in addition to learning that hostess that was injured, there are 2 more employees from Carmines that were hurt in that brawl as well. And this is all over the city's newest mandate.
And you beat the hostess up? Because they asked you to show proof of, you know, vaccination and all that? I just don't get it. Like, make it make sense. You know what I mean? It's like, damn, like, why would you, you know, you do that? So they say 3 is in custody. And as far as the robbery shit, they may think they may have some suspects, you know, worth getting as well. So it's just like, got to keep your head on the swivel. When you eating outside, I've done it like twice or maybe 3 times now since, you know, this whole shit popped off. But as I started thinking about it, I'm saying eating outside probably is not the best thing to do. Shit flying around, cars pulling up. We've seen a few instances where, you know, vehicles intentionally and, you know, unintentionally end up losing control and crashing and hitting some of the Patreons at some of these businesses that's now operating outside. So, you know, people is walking by, smoking cigarettes, smoking bud, you know what I mean? So I started thinking against that, like, nah, I can't really, I don't think I'll be doing that no more. You know what I'm saying? And so you see, you know, people is on the sideline, and you just end up popping off, and you just come to the town on some tourist shit, pop off, catch a case, and all for what? Because you was or you wasn't vaccinated and you don't like the way the lady acts you? I just don't get it. It's like, you know, we adults, and then it's but we the most unprotected. Seems to me in a lot of instances, the most violent, the most defiant, the most, I don't really give a fuck. Like, like Dr. Dre, I just quoted this on the Chronic at the end of Bitches Ain't Shit. Let me reiterate. She like, I don't give a fuck. And I don't give a fuck. And I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Like, really, I don't give a fuck. No fucks given. And when you see this type of, you know, behavior displayed, it's just like, damn it, man. You know what I mean? Catch a nigga Grizzle on the show, you know what I mean, while we talking and all that. What's up, my nigga? Talk. What's the word?
Oh, my bad, big man. I was about to just let you know I'm about to smoke some of these iceberg.
Oh, man. You know what I mean? Poison. Smoking nothing but the poison. All right, well, you know what we doing. We live action right now talking this shit. So, you know what I mean? we're going to hit you right back. Now, we're going to get the call line, too, so niggas can hit the bat line. I think we're going to do that as the 1 year anniversary creeps up upon us. You know what I mean? But I holler at you, Grizzle. You know what I mean? All right, that's what it do. So, you know what I mean? It's like, you the most unprotected, you the most this, you the most that. But really, it seems like you the most motherfucking violent, even towards men. And, you know, as I look at the other channels, I take a little more noticing. You know what I mean? I'm a little more aware. The senses is heightened. The spidey senses is tingling. Like, see a little lack of respect. You know what I mean? For the fellow man. And that's a whole nother joint. But you popping off in New York City, and it's like, for what? Like, this, you want to get locked up now? This is not the time to be getting locked up. Ladies, fellas, really don't know what the fuck is going on, what's about to pop off. Teach your kids how to read and write and use the Ruger, like, you know what I mean? Save your chips and, you know, stay a little vigilant. Keep your head on a swivel. Oh, because you might get your dreads knocked off. For real. Like, shit is, like Pac was saying this shit back in 96, like, get evaporated. When I was actually Ghost and Ray, like, yeah, get evaporated. And we see what's going on. But you also see the thumbnail, you see the title, you know what I mean? Cam, you know, comes out and pretty much gives a warning to anybody that he did business with, etc., etc. And if you're not familiar with it, it's right on his Instagram. Just pretty much saying, you know, I got the files and I got some shit on niggas. So niggas want to go on these, you know, shows and these channels and all that. POPAVIST TV, we live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling back up in here with shit like this. Yeah, I got a channel too, and I got an opinion. My 2 cents, for what it's worth. You know what I mean? Hopefully some value is added. You know what I mean? That's really what it's about. At the end of the day, Tony, there was no other way. At the end of the day. Like, yeah, if you lying on me and you saying and woo, and I'm gonna expose shit. And I'm gonna expose everything. So, you know, he didn't say who he was talking about. He was vague, and for a reason. You know what I mean? Just like he said, it's a warning shot. I guess that's it. And so, you know, I be in the comments and shit, you know what I mean? Checking the temperature, seeing what it's hitting for. And for the most part, people was like, you know, it's Vado, he did the Math Hoffa, I guess a clip came out. And I seen something that Math Hoffa put out pretty much, you know, saying anybody coming on his platform is a safe haven, if you will, and you shouldn't have to worry about, you know, he never gonna paint nobody in a bad light. And I say that's for my platform as well. Not really with the, you know, making niggas look on some clown shit. You know, even if in the moment you saying some clown shit, you know, if it's not live action, then it could be edited out and we could change some things around. It's not really to make niggas look bad. I'm not really into that energy. That shit can stay over there. But we'll still give the real, the raw, the uncut, the unscripted. You know what I mean? So it's like, he like, nah, he didn't say anything bad about him. And then, you know, I obviously seen the No Jumper podcast with, you know, the Dips, you know what I mean? And that'd be Hell Rel, JR, and Cal, you know what I mean? Thought it was really interesting, you know what I'm saying? Thought it was really interesting. Didn't hear anything crazy from either of them, you know what I mean? From none of them. And but you know, I'm not him and I'm not him, and you know, I'm not in the loop of it, you know, although I know all of them, you know what I mean? In some way, some fashion, 360 degrees separation. If you've been following the channel and you know. But I really want to talk more to fuck who he really talking about. You know what I mean? Obviously, if he want us to know, he gonna say, and if anybody feel any type of way, they probably will speak up. Like, well, you know, like KO would say, talking to me? Like, you want to do something? Like, you want to do something? Okay, then, you know what I mean? Then, all right, then, so what are we talking about? You know what I mean? And I get from both sides, but I want to look at it from this angle. You know what I mean? Popavism 101. That's why guarding, protecting, and keeping your integrity and your track record intact is worth $1 billion, especially in today's time that we're living in. Because it's all for sale. Yeah, like 50 Cent. It's a 50 Cent reference. It's all for sale. Everything is for sale. And, you whether to protect themselves, people that's in positions of power, you know what I mean? Like, I got money, told niggas not to roll dice with me, oh, don't trip. You know what I mean? Like, I kill you if you fuck with my grip. That's another 50 Cent reference. Let's keep it rolling, you know what I mean? Nigga can't play you. Nigga can't expose you. A nigga can't really say nothing except that you kept it real when you kept it a buck. And sometimes it's hard. Like, it's hard not to kill niggas. It's like a full-time job not to kill niggas. You know, you're in the jigger line, you know what I mean? When you froze your arm, niggas want to test you when your gun goes warm, you know what I mean? Like, can't get tagged lame. Once you get tagged lame, the game is follow the leader. And so the thing is, like, you know, especially if niggas is lying, and us as the public, as the fans, as Math Hoffa was trying to explain, like, yo, we all fans of this shit. No, you know, if you were the same age, if you in your 40s, early, you know, late 30s, even down to the, you know, your 30s, you fuck with Dipset movement somehow, some way. Especially if you from Harlem, because they movement was iconic and it was monumental. It was something that really hasn't been seen before, and so far has yet to be duplicated. So give them their flowers. That's why a lot of people thought they was going, you know what I mean, killing the verses. You know what I mean? But we see what happened in that. But with that being said, it's like, you know, I didn't see anything wrong with nobody said. I didn't see the Vado joint, just going off what Hoffa said. I watched the No Jumper, you know what I mean? And I didn't really hear anything crazy, but who am I to say, because he wasn't talking about me, you know what I mean? It's just the lying part. And then, you know, who's telling the truth, who's not. Today, like, you know, it's social media. I can see you, you can see me if you're not hiding it, in full transparency and shit like that. So it's like, you know, you got to be careful with what you say. But the main thing is, if you're true to who you are and you are transparent, you're not trying to live somebody else's life, you're not trying to be somebody else. Like Nas said, make your own path. Don't step where I walked in. You know what I mean? Do your own thing. Don't stress what I'm flossing. Like, you know what I mean? Do your own thing and be in your own way. And you're going to come out in your own way like Ray and Ghost. And I say that to say, if you authentic and you true to who you are, nobody really can expose you for being a sucker, for being caught up in some sucker shit. Now, I know it's hard because it's a lot of sucker-isms out here. It's like the buffoonery and the suckerism remains at an all-time high. That's why I said it's hard not to kill niggas, because, you know, when you move in a certain way, everybody don't operate the way you operate. And so therefore, it can be some clashes. It can be some, when you're looking at niggas sideways, like, why are you doing that? Are you stupid? Like Remy, like, are you dumb? Like, you know what I mean? Doing dumb shit. You know what I mean? Just doing shit that doesn't necessarily needs to be done at all, unless you want the action. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, keep your track record clean. Keep your track record intact. You know what I mean? Now, getting your ass whipped, that happens. Like, yeah, the most toughest niggas I seen get meet other tough niggas. And we had this conversation already. You a gladiator, it's other fucking gladiators. That's the facts. You got guns, we got guns too. You want to battle for cash and see who Sun Tzu? Yeah, like the Art of War? Right, that part. That's a Ghost and Rayline, Purple Tape. It's always going to be tough niggas. Other tough, rough football niggas. You know what I mean? And so, you know, getting your ass whooped or getting caught up in some real shit, that happens. But the sucker shit, you know, when you send the texts or people got phone conversations, you know, people do stuff like that nowadays. You know what I mean? And you can view it like, that's kind of with the side eye. But sometimes people just do what they do. But if you stay solid and you stay 10 toes down and stand firm on your square, then nobody can never say nothing about you. And you know what I mean? That you can't live with and live down. None of us is perfect. We all know what it's like to lose in some form or fashion. Get your ass whipped, get robbed, get duped out of a deal, get fucked for some chick we thought loved us, or vice versa. You know what I mean? Family do you dirty. Shit like that. Best friend stabbing you in the back. Niggas, you know, taking from you because you looking out for them. You know what I mean? Let your man hold something now. So about, can you get it? Y'all niggas want to be killers? Yeah, that's a DMX reference. But you know what it is. It's your boy, POPAVIST. You're now tuned in. POPAVIST TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, so we talk about shit and we do what we want. Chime in, feel free to chime in. We authentic because our track record is intact. We not perfect, but our track record is intact. That feeling back up in here one more again. Yeah, kid.